this month, we're talking about developments in receivership alongside TrustedLand sponsoring the NARA conference in November. And part of the conversation we're having with the experts is what happens when you've got a site that is part built. Either the developers reached problems or the main contractors potentially gone out of business. You've been involved in a PD office to resi scheme in Watford.
Yes.
That was part built. Can you take us through a little bit of the same? How did it come about?
Yeah, absolutely.
What did you do with it? And what was your key learnings from something that was part built?
Sure. Well, I was contacted by one of my agents, and they said that they had this opportunity. And the situation was that the owner of the building, a graphics company, had actually gone and got the permitted development rights to convert it into residential. They'd appointed a contractor, and the work had started. The contractor went bust. The owners, because it's not their business, felt that they'd tried something and they'd had their fingers burnt, so they didn't want to try and complete the project, so they put it up for sale. The building was still, there was still a lot of the project to do, and we had pretty much a blank canvas. Now, I didn't particularly like the layout, so we looked at the potential of reconfiguring it. But again, it's all about getting the right thorough due diligence point. That now I know that even if something has been provided by another professional service, and in this case, for example, their existing architect, had we have not checked everything about their drawings, we could have bought this scheme, and it was only a small scheme. It was a scheme of 4, and the way in which the building was configured, we wouldn't have been able to get the new staircase in within the space allocated, which meant that we would have actually lost one of the units, and losing one unit out of scheme of 4 would have been disastrous financially. Now, because we'd gone deep dive into the building control sign off at the different stages, we'd built up a relationship with the building control officer that was involved with it, and because that it was only a small scheme, we were actually able to get some special dispensation and convert it, the staircase that was required from a general access to a residential, because it was only serving two units. And as a result, we were able to get the staircase into the space required without affecting the accommodation, and we were able to complete that project. But had we have not noticed this when we were going through the due diligence stage, we could have ended up buying a building for an awful lot of money and realizing we'd been in a loss for in the tune of a couple of $100,000 if we weren't able to get that 4th unit in. So even if the information being provided to you from an aborted project is from a professional service or professional body, make sure your own team check that as well. It's absolutely imperative.